And when you do that, what about the landing page? Is that something where you just are using the landing pages that you're using for your initial ad campaigns, or how important is it to have those be different?
Yeah, that's a great point as well. Landing pages, you can have multiple landing pages. Some companies, send traffic to their homepage, but I never really recommend that unless the homepage is geared like a landing page. If it's set up and geared like kind of like LeadPost homepage, kind of like like a nicely designed landing page, perfectly fine driving your traffic, everyone there, even the retargeting people. But you might want to take the retargeting traffic to a page of customer testimonials, customer reviews. You know, you know, listen to how Evan Weber uses LeadPost to garner more conversions, play video, you know. So not only can you have those type of videos running as the ads themselves, they bring them back to a page on the site that is, a social proof oriented landing page conveying a lot of, reviews and testimonials. So, yeah, depending on what they do on the website, like or how you might have a list of in your CRM of 1,000 prospects, right? That showed interest previously, or the salespeople we're talking to. So you would load those into an audience and then run a certain type of ad to those people. Hey, are you looking to do this? Or preempting their objections, saying, are you looking to increase blog traffic by 500%? Things that the audience you're targeting to, so you can sort of preempt their objections in the ads themselves. That's one way to go. Also having urgency in there, like sign up this month and we'll give you 100 free credits. Urgency, promotions. Not enough B2B companies use things like that in their ads, either top of the funnel or retargeting, but they should. So you can, and then land them to a page on the website that's most appropriate for that audience type. You could have, 5 or 10 different retargeting campaigns running simultaneously on Facebook and Instagram, for instance. See, if you know they've been to the site or they're in the database, then they're going on Facebook or Instagram. You may say that's not really where my people are hanging out, but they're going there at some point. So you do want to touch them at every possible touch point, in my opinion. S- You know, Simultaneously on multiple ad platforms, and that's how you really achieve saturation. But again, back to those ad campaigns still have to convert well enough. If you have too much saturation or too much spend on each platform, it could sort of cannibalize itself, diminishing returns. And so the daily budget, keeping it low and increasing it over time, like I said earlier, is extremely important to running on multiple platforms simultaneously with multiple campaigns in each platform. Because another factor is, the more campaigns, the more platforms, the more cost, the more your retargeting budget could get up to 500 a month, 1,000 a month, or more, um, which is fine as long as it's converting enough customers to have return on ad spend. So that's the balancing act. You know 5-10 years ago it wasn't as much a concern because the traffic was cheaper. Now that the traffic is a little pricier, you have to treat it like any other channel you're optimizing, like Google ads, Facebook ads, where you're getting front end traffic to the site, entirely new people, and you're micromanaging those campaigns to greatness. Hopefully, you have to do the same thing with your retargeting campaigns now, just because cost has increased, things of that nature. It used to be like the best producing return channel ever created. But as time went on, and another factor is just tracking, accuracy of tracking on these ad platforms. It's not perfect. It's not even close to perfect. So you do have to kind of take it all with a grain of salt on the ad tracking side. But they're good enough to you know Google had 10 conversions, Facebook had 8, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And really that's all you can throw some, UTM tracking parameters on there, track it with dedicated promo codes. That's another way to track each different channel. Like your retargeting ad could say, purchase this week and save 20% with code June, July, whatever, summer 20. And then you could say, oh, okay, 30 people did that. They must have come from a retargeting campaign. So there's other ways, tracking is always problematic, and you do have to take things with a grain of salt when you run online campaigns and sort of attempt to track everything as well as possible, but just know that it's not a perfect science.
You talked about not change. You talked about how it's important to change up your creative. You talked about how it's important not to just overwhelm people with a million impressions a day.